Our city knows the sweet taste of victory. From the Stanley Cup to a Division I title win.
That still doesn't feel real.
A triumph isn't an end.
Now, new stories are being written, and Fox 5 and the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network is following every team on ice. With our UNLV Skatin Rebel national champions.
It's great for the city, it's great for hockey.
How will they defend their title?
Let's bring it home!
And the Henderson Silver Knights, skating with something to prove while building tomorrow's legends.
It's great to be able to teach and grow off a win.
Plus, how our youth teams are teaching kids to fly on ice. And what's in store for the new faces of the VGK, including their monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. These teams, our teams.
Where their victories become our victories. Building the future of hockey, one player at a time.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every team on the ice, this is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm your host, Vince Sapienza. Let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We're going to look back at the week that was for all the Knights, including the 5th annual Lucky Launch in Henderson. I'll introduce you to the newest executives in the Golden Knights front office and the impact you'll see moving forward in and out of T-Mobile Arena. Plus, Trevor Connelly gets the call from Team USA. We'll hear from the Silver Knights forward. And I sit down with Skatin Rebels assistant coach Colin Robin, old CR, wrapping up 2025 with UNLV hockey and looking ahead to 2026. Now, heading into the Golden Knights' most recent road trip, the biggest storyline was the building anticipation of Carter Hart making his return to Philadelphia. And the intrigue wasn't just limited to the two teams playing. ESPN even flexed the game onto their main network shortly after Hart signed in Vegas. However, it was all for naught as the Golden Knights decided not to play him in front of the Flyers faithful.
Carter wants to play every game. That's one thing. He's a very competitive guy. He'd play 2 out of 3 this week, and coming out of the Ranger game, he wanted to get right back in the net. So that led to the decision on Long Island. We discussed it, obviously, with him, but that was more us making the decision. That Akira had to get back in pretty soon coming off a shutout. So that's how we landed on it.
So like it or not, there you have it. No Hart, Akira Schmid getting the nod in net. But we begin on the other end. For the 5th straight game, Vegas, fine twine for Zach Whitecloud. Showing off the hands, finishing off a pretty play for his first of the season. Taking another look at the passing Bowman to Barbashev to the blue liner. Call him Jack Whitecloud. 1-0 Knights. Jump to the second where it's the captain crashing the crease. Mark Stone getting to the dirty area, picking up the loose change and cashing in. Now for the 3rd consecutive game, Vegas will need to play past regulation. And in overtime, it is Jack Eichel dropping a dime on the doorstep. Stone there to pick up the delivery, his 6th of the season. That's your winner. The Knights win 3-2.
It was just kind of a broken play and wait for some troops to come and just try to possess it for a second. When he makes a beeline to the net and able to find them. So it was nice to go in overtime.
Honestly, I was back checking, hanging my guy, and then I heard the crowd kind of ooh and ah, so wasn't sure really what happened, but Jack obviously forced a turnover, had great poise with it, kind of made their guys flat-footed, and I kind of just came down the gut there, and he made an incredible pass back door. So great play, by our best player, and that's kind of what we needed in OT. You gotta have somebody make a play, and he's done it in 2 of the last 3 games.
Now the Golden Knights would close out their road trip in Columbus and do so by rallying in the 3rd. It was the defense leading the way offensively, down 2-1. Ben Hutton jumping into play and drilling home his 4th of the season. Take a look at the Selly on his way back to the bench. Telling the boys he is cooking. Now just one off his career high of 5 in a single season. Later in the frame, Braden McNabb below the faceoff circle, and he rips this one top shelf. His first of the campaign. Mitch Marner with his 3rd assist of the game. That would prove to be the winner as Carter Hart finished with 26 saves and the Knights win 3-2.
I haven't really chipped in much this year. It hasn't been there, so see it go in, it helps for sure, and get 2 points is huge. It was a little bit of a sloppy game, kind of all over, but to get the 2 points is huge for us. I didn't know if I'd have much time. I kind of knew I was going to shoot it regardless if I got it, so, luckily it went in.
I mean, that was such a huge goal in the 3rd period there. Nabber plays a hard game. He blocks a lot of shots. He plays a lot of minutes, and that's a sick shot by him, so all the boys boys were jacked for him, and he's a huge reason why we won tonight. Just coming to work every day. I mean, this trip, so I think one of our longest ones of the year, and it's been a lot of fun. I mean, my first road trip of the year with the boys, and it's been a lot of fun to be a part of, and it was a great trip, and I'll go home, recover, and get ready for our next game on Wednesday.
Now, as we've discussed over the past couple months, this past summer, the Golden Knights made a massive splash in acquiring Mitch Marner, by far the biggest hockey move of the offseason. But this past month, the organization made what many in the business world are saying is an even bigger move, acquiring 3 new executives with game-changing type talent in their fields. I caught it with President of Business Operations for the Golden Knights, John Penhollow, to learn about who they are and how this will affect the Medieval Maniacs moving forward.
Earlier this month, I guess, talk to me about what was behind that, adding those positions, those people, and the touch points that helps create, not for them, but how that affects the fan as well.
Sure. It's anytime you come into an organization, at least I feel you need to take some time to understand what's going on. Where are some areas you could lean in? Where are some areas that maybe you need to take a closer look at? And then where are areas that maybe no one's ever thought about it, but could we go down a road like that? So based on that is the starting premise, who's actually on the ground. And as you start to evaluate the line mates that are here or the others that maybe need to come in, you have to prioritize the different areas that could have the greatest impact. And so the 3 individuals you're referring to, Sir Rich Wong is going to come in as the Chief Operating Officer. The key to what he's going to work on is going to be from a financial perspective, a ticketing perspective, and then he's going to stand up what would be a new version of an analytics team. And that's based on his experience, whether it's at Madison Square Garden, the Minnesota Timberwolves, San Francisco 49ers, the Minnesota Vikings, SoFi Stadium. He built that stadium. He's built multiple stadiums. And then most recently, he was in San Diego as the executive that's in charge of sort of building out that business operation. So fascinating work, great pedigree on where we want to try to go next. How we service our fans from a ticketing perspective, how we price it, how we engage them throughout the year. All of those demands are different today than they were 9 years ago, 10 years ago. So we have to be ready for that. Brian Harper's going to come in as the CMO, and he's going to really help get us in a good spot from a game entertainment perspective, a retail perspective, and then how we show up as a brand. He comes from the Minnesota Vikings most recently, 20 plus years. It was his vision behind what is Vikings Entertainment Network. So for any of our fans in the market that have been to a Minnesota Vikings game, it's an amazing, incredible experience. That was Brian. Brian's vision 20 plus years ago to create a department where all content and production would run out of, even the stuff we're doing right here. Back in the day, it would be maybe you had a camera person and then they would send it out. Brian's vision was, no, bring it all in-house. Print, radio, television, bring it all in-house, produce it, then get it out there however the form is going to be. So his expertise in that area is going to be our chance to elevate the game entertainment experience, which is already tremendous. But now let's go to the next level. And what that means, let's see what it's going to mean once he gets here. And then how do we show up as a brand? We have a different set of fan groups than we used to. Do we have the right merchandise downstairs and down at T-Mobile? We think we have some of the right merchandise, but we need to take a closer look at that. And then Scott Kegley is going to come in as the Chief Digital Officer. This is where it starts to get a little bit different for what most would be used to. Most of us teams were very conservative with how we'd set it up. A CMO would have everything under him or her. The reality is if you don't have the right resources in place, it's tough to sort of tackle all of those elements. So splitting this up, we think, is the right way to go at this stage of where we are as an organization and where the industry is. Nearly 40% of all the revenues at the NHL level are derived from something media related. Social platform, digital platform, or something that's created out of a content team and then is pushed out to some form of digital. There's no better person in the country to do that than Scott Kegley. I've had the chance to see it up close, but what he did in San Francisco for the Niners, taking them from really not much going on to launching a mobile app and putting tech out there that none of us were even thinking about. We were lucky enough to hire him in Minnesota. Same thing. We were pretty good at a few things, and Scott got us to really think about things differently. We launched a mobile app there. We launched digital platforms for the first time ever, to a point where then the Vikings were the team that everyone was looking at. He gets another great opportunity in his career to go to Atlanta for the Falcons. He does the same thing. Stood up an entire portfolio, and this past year they were the #1 team in the NFL from a digital perspective. So they all come with great backgrounds, great pedigree, great experience, but more importantly, They're great people. They're great teammates. And they're going to come in and coach and develop. There are a lot of people that can do the skill pieces of what I described. A lot of them around the country, around the world. But these three, the mandate is to come in and coach and develop. Our job is to get the group here ready for what's going to be the future. And so to me, there were obvious conversations to have. Then it was just a matter of could we somehow get them here. They all were in great situations, and would they mesh with the staff we have in place? Could they really bond with them immediately and get moving? And so far, Rich and Scott have been here for about a week and a half, and so far so good. And Brian will be here in the next 2 weeks.
Despite all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, we're heading to Henderson for the 5th annual Lucky Launch. Plus, find out which Silver Knight got the call from Team USA ahead of the World Junior Championships. That's next. Keep it here.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Uchez had the initial shot. McKay was in the area. It looked like Riley McKay tapped it home. It's Teddy Confetti at Lee's Family Forum.
It took 35 minutes, but the wait was worth it. Riley McKay activating the launch sequence at Lee's Family Forum. 5,911 stuffed animals rained down on the ice, all gathered, packed up, and donated to the Salvation Army. That goal turned out to not only be the Lucky Launch goal, it was McKay's first of the season and the game winner in a 1-0 win over San Diego.
I don't know if I was saving it, but I had a couple of our trainers telling me I was going to get it tonight, so it gave me a little confidence. And no, it was a good play by Uch and Hallam, so I was just happy to be there, right spot, right time. I did grab a couple for some family back home, other than getting razzed by some of the guys. I don't know what else it comes with, but no, just happy to finally get in the score sheet.
Now, needless to say, Tuesday was a good night for the HSK, and really it's just the latest in what has been a good month for the Silver Knights, winning 4 of 6 in December. The success continued against the goals specifically. Henderson and San Diego have now played 7 times. The Knights have come out on top in 5 of those 7. 4 of those games decided by a single goal, all in favor of Henderson, including these last 2 outings.
That's the team we want to be. We want to be patient. We want to be solid. We want to defend hard, and then take the chances when they come to us. And I feel like these last 2 games have been like that.
We have to rely on our committing to check, our defending hard, our puck management. Those are things that we have as standards for our team. When we do those, you still create offense. You still get chances out of that. But when we commit to doing that, we're a hard team to play against and a hard team to score against. And when you're doing that, you give yourself a chance to win.
Now the Silver Knights will be without the services of their top-line winger Trevor Connelly until early January after he was selected to Team USA for the World Junior Championships. This is his 2nd straight year participating in the tourney. Last year, Connelly helped lead Team USA to its 7th gold medal at the World Juniors, putting up 4 points in 7 games. The 19-year-old has 7 points in 11 games this season for Henderson. The 10-day tournament takes place in Minnesota this year, and Team USA's first game is the day after Christmas, December 26th, against Germany.
It was fun playing in Canada last year, especially winning in Canada, I think was super fun. So, yeah, I'm super excited to be in home soil, and it's just going to be such a great event. I think Minnesota has great hockey fans. They're known for their high school hockey, and just super pumped to get out there. It's a lifetime experience. Like, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. I had made so many friends there, met so many new people, and just the bond I had with that group. Like, I've never honestly been thrown with a team for just 3 weeks and been so close to the group of guys. I still talk to so many of those guys every day, and we still talk in the group chat all the time. So it's just such an awesome event. You play against the best players your age from all over the country, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm super honored to go back again this year.
Stanek feeding down low, turn around, Poliani shot, scores!
This past week, the Night Monsters were in Tulsa for a 3-game set. Tahoe scored the first goal in each game, though lost the series 2-1. The team in teal now sit 3rd in the division, 4th in the conference, and 10th in the entire ECHL. The Night Monsters also lead the league in goals scored from 95 through 26 games. Now, don't forget, the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network is your home for the Night Monsters. Your next chance to catch them in action December 19th and 20th against Wichita. Still ahead here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it is time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray. I sit down with assistant coach Colin Robin, who talks about what's next for UNLV hockey on and off the ice, plus a goal from over the weekend. You have to see to believe. We'll break it all down next. We're here at City National Arena with Skatin Rebels assistant coach Colin Robin, also known as CR. CR, we're basically at the midway point of your season right now. And before we get into the nitty-gritty of the games that have taken place, how would you gauge this group this year about midway through?
We're really excited with where we are. You know, we're definitely a younger team this year. We have a lot of freshmen in the lineup every night, but comparative to, you know, our expectations, we're very happy with where we are. I think we're right on par with where we wanted to be, and kind of as we look at it from August, September, once we really got the season going, we're on par with what we wanted to be, so I think we're very happy with where we are at the moment.
Now, you close out the year on a really high note. Your last 4 games, you outscore your opponents 39-2. And I know, you know, it's not all about the goals, but that is a large number, and that's a confidence booster and a self-esteem booster. What does that do for the group, getting those results, seeing those goals go in at the end of the year as you get ready for the second half?
It's great for guys to get a little bit of confidence going, right? Like, for guys that were maybe a little snake bit at times, somebody, you know, like Tristan Rand, who maybe wasn't having the first half that he really wanted to be having, to end the year on a high note with the hat trick last night and stuff like that. You know, it's great for him to see the puck going in the net and maybe get a little bit of confidence going, but I think more so than the goals for, the goals against for us is, you know, what we're really happy with is back-to-back shutouts in San Diego and 1-goal games against Oregon. You know, you have freshman goalie and Owen come in and get a shutout, so it's great for him. And then our D zone's obviously been working because, you know, 2 goals in 4 games against, so I think that's really the biggest thing we've been happy with.
Now, we talk about confidence, and we can't move any further without talking about the goal from Luke Backel.
Yeah.
All right, now he's obviously going to see this, so you don't want him to get too big.
No,
but I mean, talk about that goal, and if you can explain to our audience the difficulty in which he was able to behind the back, through the leg, all that, everything that goes with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's highlight reel, right? Like, it's ESPN top 10. Like, I think the best reaction, I don't know if there's a camera, like ISO cam on us on the bench, but everyone was just kind of like shocked looking around. So to be able to pull that off, you know, in practice or in a scrimmage with their buddies is one thing, but to be able to pull it off mid-game like that, and I think the most impressive thing for myself was, like, it's not like he like did it and it kind of hit the pad and fluttered in. Like, he ripped that thing home too. So like, I've been told he does it every warm-ups, so okay. I don't know. I don't really.
Now, as a coach, you have to kind of be like, yeah, it was okay. You can't build it up too much, right? Or can you?
We got a little bit of a break. He'll come down. He'll come back down a level after a bit. So.
Well, let's hope the team doesn't come down and continue on their ways. As you look ahead to 2026, what are the boxes you're hoping to check as you get ready for nationals?
Honestly, I think, you know, like, just play a full 60 minutes and really put a game together. I think we've done that once kind of this year with that Ohio game in Chicago where we put 60 minutes together, but I think that's our biggest thing is we got to be a team that plays buzzer to buzzer, plays in between the whistles. We can't get involved in the nonsense that happens because teams, you know, will try and get you into there because they want to get you off keel somehow. But if we just play between the whistles, play for 60 minutes, I think we're going to be a very hard team to beat, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing for us for the 2026.
One thing that we always like to talk about, and because it's at the forefront of your program, is your ability to give back to the community, be part of the community. Something coming up here later this month is the Carnegie Cup. For those that don't know, the Blind Hockey League is coming to Las Vegas, and Skatin Rebels are going to have a hand in that Carnegie Cup.
Yeah, so it's December 19th and 21st, I believe. We're going to have representation here, helping out with that as much as we can. You know, it's amazing to see, you know, not just how hockey grows, but how inclusive hockey is for everybody, right? Yeah. And everything like that. So, you know, I will say I'm not exactly the most versed in it just because I haven't seen it a ton, but at the same time, you know, we're very excited to be here and to be part of it and really see what's going on with it and lend a hand in any way we can.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing. Another thing you will be lending a hand in is the next wave, the future Skatin Rebels.
Absolutely.
With the holiday camps. This is now the 2nd annual. And again, I talked to head coach Anthony Vinieri Greener about how my son was part of it and how, you know, tremendous that was for him. Now you guys are going to be doing it again, and talk about, for those that have not experienced it, what it includes and what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's a 2-day camp we put on. It includes both off-ice and on-ice training for the kids. So on-ice is going to be ran by ourselves and our coaching staff, and it'll be basically what we call like a typical day in life of like a UNLV practice. So it's going to be a little bit of battle, a little bit of compete. Kids are going to be out there working hard, having fun. That's the biggest thing with hockey in general, right? If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? And then from there, they come upstairs, they get a full workout in with our strength and conditioning staff. So they're getting a real day in the life of UNLV hockey, and hopefully it can help kids enjoy the week or enjoy the holiday.
And the kids, I think, sometimes forget it's not just the on the ice. They got to do the off ice work too.
Yeah,
They got to do the stretching, got to learn some of the workouts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, goals aren't scored in the gym, but it's real helpful when they are. So.
So there's still time to sign up
for
that camp. You can go to UNLV Hockey on all their social media platforms as well, their website as well. Skatin Rebels assistant coach, Colin Rodman, CR. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Best of luck the rest of the way. We'll chat soon.
Absolutely.
All right, that's going to do it for this segment, but we're not done here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, it is time to clear the ice. Stay with us.
Had it teed up for him, he'll clear. Brossoit has a look towards the empty net. It's rolling and rolling in! Laurent Brossoit, you are a professional goal scorer!
As we clear the ice, what a feel-good weekend it was for former Golden Knights goaltender and Stanley Cup champ Laurent Brossoit, tickling the twine, scoring the ever-rare goalie goal. Brossoit had been away from hockey for over 500 days, a year and a half, rehabbing a complex knee injury, and in just his third game back, he picks up his second AHL win and his first goal. Now, typically, a goalie goal will wrap up the show. How do you top that, you ask? Well, look no further than another 10U hockey tournament here in the Valley. The Bombers, a perfect 4-0 over the weekend, outscoring their opponents a combined 25-6 in that span, including a 5-1 championship game over at High-Low Park. And for the second weekend, and as many weeks, forever champions, the Bombers.